Roman Reigns doing important work, WWE News and Rumor Roundup. Austin Theory shares rare personal update of intimate moment with his partner. Where is Dexter Lumis? Backstage update on Ricochet's WWE contract. Backstage update on Alexa Bliss contract expiry date amid WWE hiatus. Backstage update on Randy Orton's WWE contract following 18-month hiatus. Disappointing update on blockbuster CM Punk match. Let's jump right into it. WWE News and Rumor Roundup. Welcome to the latest WWE News and Rumor Roundup. Today's edition includes topics about Roman Reigns and Scarlett, among other names. Reigns has been unstoppable for a long time now. It's no secret that any up-and-coming competitor would love the chance to challenge him for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Not too long ago, an NXT star revealed his long-term goal involving the Tribal Chief. We'll also look at a potential dream match for CM Punk and the recent WWE release that has caught the wrestling world's attention. So without further ado, let's get started with today's roundup. Number 5, Karrion Kross reacts to WWE fans' Marry Me Scarlett sign. As part of WWE's live holiday tour, Karrion Kross lost a butch on Saturday in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Scarlett accompanied her husband, Kross, for the show as usual. The real-life couple noticed something interesting on their way backstage after the match. A fan had brought a Marry Me Scarlett sign with them. Scarlett handed the sign to Kross, who ripped it up in character. Number 4, McKenzie Mitchell released by WWE. WB NXT backstage interviewer McKenzie Mitchell recently revealed that the company had released her. Mitchell, whose husband is commentator Vic Joseph, made the following post. Today I was released by WWE. I met my husband, moved cross-country from CT to FL4 at Angst, a place I've always considered home, and met friends that became like family. I've always said and firmly believe in when door closes, another open. Mitchell was also a backstage interviewer in Impact Wrestling before joining WWE. It should be interesting to see what's next following the latest development in her career. Number 3, Trick Williams has his sights set on Roman Reigns and another champion. NXT star Trick Williams was recently asked about his future goals in the company. While speaking to Denise Salcedo, Williams named Roman Reigns as someone he would target on the main roster. I'm gonna go straight to the top. Long term, my goal is I want to face off with Roman Reigns. He's the best to do it right now, so if you're not in to face him, then I don't really know what you're doing. Williams is also looking forward to working with Intercontinental Champion Gunther. Sooner than that, who I'm very excited about working with is Gunther. I love the way he carries himself. He really is a ring general, and I'd love to see us battle and go to war. I told him that too. I'm really looking forward to that day. Trick Williams' next challenge will be on December 9 at NXT Deadline. He's set to participate in the Iron Survivor Challenge, which will determine the top contender for the NXT Championship. Number 2, latest on CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. According to Fightful Select, WWE sources were reportedly optimistic that Stone Cold Steve Austin versus CM Punk could happen. In an update on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said the company has yet to reach out to Austin about the dream match. Meltzer did not rule out the possibility of it happening, but the idea is reportedly in its early stages. Fightful Select previously noted that Punk and WWE have had discussions about the potential showdown. The former AEW star has been more active in the squared circle than Austin, whose previous match was against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 38. Number 1, WWE considering Royal Rumble opponents for Roman Reigns. Royal Rumble 2024 will take place on January 27 in Florida. Roman Reigns looks set to wrestle at the event, but who he faces remains to be seen. Dave Meltzer wrote about Reigns' future in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Reigns is booked on the 12/15th SmackDown in Green Bay, 1/5 in Vancouver, and 1/19th in Atlanta. The latter two shows already have 2 of the best advances. This would be to set up his Rumble match. Right now, or at least as of early in the week, it wasn't locked in who that would be with. For the event, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and LA Knight have reportedly been considered as names who could take on Roman Reigns. Meltzer noted, a few names have been considered, Orton being one of them. Orton, Owens, and Knight would, on paper, seem like the top name, but none are a lock, and Knight was supposed to go in another direction as of last week. Who should be Roman Reigns' next opponent? CJ Perry, also known as Lana, revealed petty reason Vince McMahon kept her off WWE TV. A former WWE superstar revealed a petty reason Vince McMahon kept her off television. The WWE is currently undergoing many changes following its merger with Endeavor in September. The two organizations have merged to form a new entertainment company called TKO Group Holding. Vince McMahon is no longer in the creative power of promotion and has recently sold a ton of his stock in the company. Speaking on Talk is Jericho in 2021 with AEW star Chris Jericho. CJ Perry, formerly known as Lana in WWE, revealed a bizarre reason Vince McMahon kept her off television for several months. The ravishing Russian stated that she sent a picture of her engagement to AEW star Miro, formerly known as Rusev in WWE, to her friends, which was leaked online. She claimed that Vince McMahon held her accountable for the photograph being made public. I didn't even put up a picture, I just sent it to my friends. And then I guess someone leaked it. I never, ever put it up. Tim's got a hold of it. Basically, Tim, as you said, we were engaged, and so the story got cut, and we got blamed for it. Personally, I got blamed. It's insane," she said. Perry added that McMahon kept her off of television for 3 months because of the engagement photo and gave her word that it wouldn't happen again. "I got in trouble for that. I wasn't on television for 3 months, and I was on television straight for 2 years. I was made to feel it was all my fault. I had to take the blame. And for years, I thought maybe it was my fault. For years. And then we did the Bobby Lashley story, and I had given Vince my word that I would not take a picture with someone I am feuding with or send it to anyone. If I take it, it's not leaving my phone. And I gave him my word that I'm not going to do that anymore. So my word is all that I have," she said. NWA World's Heavyweight Champion EC3 recently commented on Triple H taking over for Vince McMahon as a booker. Speaking on Sportskeeda's The Wrestling Outlaws show, EC3 praised Triple H as both a booker and a leader. He noted that Vince McMahon's downfall was not taking others seriously, resulting in him becoming a tyrant rather than a leader. And when you get old, you lose your mind if you're not deferring to people that you trust. You're not really leading. You're a tyrant. So I think if Triple H has the pencil, probably pretty good. WWE's product is incredibly hot at the moment, and the future looks even brighter now that both CM Punk and Randy Orton have returned. It will be interesting to see what Triple H has planned for fans on the road to WrestleMania 40. Do you enjoy Triple H's creative direction in WWE? Austin Theory shares rare personal update of intimate moment with his partner. Austin Theory has become one of WWE's most entertaining stars over the past few months, as well as one of the fastest rising stars on SmackDown. Theory's partnership with Grayson Waller has been successful on SmackDown in recent weeks and could lead to the two men being pushed towards a tag team champion run. Given the hate that is aimed towards the two men on a regular basis, they rarely share private updates. Austin Theory took to Instagram earlier today, where he shared an image of himself and his partner embracing with a caption, "So baby, will you be my lady? I miss you like crazy, C." Theory is on the road with WWE for much of the year, and this time of year, ahead of the holidays, it appears that many stars are happy to head home to see their family. Because Raw falls on Christmas Day this year, it seems that everything from the 18th of December up until Boxing Day will be pre-recorded to allow WWE stars to spend some time with their families and celebrate the festivities. Austin Theory is one of 8 men who were named by Logan Paul in the #1 Contenders tournament to become his first challenger for the United States Championship. Grayson Waller, Kevin Owens, Karrion Kross, Santos Escobar, Dragon Lee, Bobby Lashley, and a mystery NXT star will be all part of the tournament. The issue here is that the format is currently unknown, but Waller and Theory could be forced to go against each other if either wants the chance to win the United States Championship. Do you think Austin Theory will be Logan Paul's first WWE Championship challenger? Where is Dexter Lumis? Dexter Lumis has been absent from the ring for a long time, and now there appears to be a report on where he is currently. The WWE star has been gone from the squared circle for a long time. He was last seen in the ring when he faced Akira Tozawa on an episode of Main Event on May 29, 2023. His last main roster appearance comes even further back on Raw, where he competed in a Battle Royal on May 15, 2023. Despite an apparent push on the main roster, where he was in a feud against The Miz, the star's time on Raw didn't come with a huge storyline afterward. Instead, Lumis disappeared altogether, but not before there was a tease of another sort backstage. The star was seen with Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, and Ivy Hartwell. Given that the four were part of a faction along with Austin Theory called The Way on NXT, it was expected that they would team up on the main roster as well. That didn't happen. Now asked on a Fightful Select Q&A, Sean Ross Sapp reported on Lumis's whereabouts. He said that he didn't know why Lumis was not being used and he was just home. If this is indeed the case and WWE does not have a storyline in mind for the star with him sitting at home, fans will have to wait longer to see him return to the ring. However, while sitting at home, Dexter Lumis has not been still and has done nothing. He has founded his own wrestling school and announced the same recently. With Dexter Lumis clearly active, it remains to be seen what role he will play when he finally returns to WWE TV once again. When do you think Lumis will make his return to the Stanford-based promotion? Backstage update on Ricochet's WWE contract. Ricochet has a contract with WWE until the summer of 2024, and the latest backstage reports suggest an update on a potential new deal. The one and only has been with WWE since 2018 when he joined NXT. He spent less than a year in developmental, winning the NXT North American Championship once in the 2019 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic with Aleister Black. Ricochet was called up to the main roster and signed a 5-year deal that expires next summer, as Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer reported. With less than a year left on his current contract, rumors will likely link him to either a new deal or AEW. According to Ringside News, the former Intercontinental Champion will likely sign a new contract, which would be more lucrative than his previous deal. It's widely believed that it's a rule of thumb within WWE to offer bigger contracts to their stars. Dave Meltzer, Slashed Wrestling Headlines, reported last week that WWE is actively looking to re-sign stars with expiring deals to prevent them from going to AEW. The company is also reportedly going after big-name free agents on the market as well. WWE was linked to Will Ospreay before he signed with AEW, and they have reported interest in Japanese stars such as Kazuchika Okada and Julia. They recently brought back CM Punk stunk at Survivor Series, sending shockwaves across the wrestling world. Ricochet has been out of action due to a concussion since the November 6th episode of WWE Raw. He competed in a fatal four-way match against The Miz, Bronson Reed, and Ivar to determine the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. The high-flying superstar was put on the shelf because of a concussion and won't be cleared to return until he passes the company's protocol. He finally made his return in a live event in Bangor, Maine on Saturday. The highlight of the night faced off against Bronson Reed and got the upset victory. Mike Poulin of Angry Marks reported that he won by using a crucifix pin after Reed missed a senton. Which superstar would you like to see Ricochet battle once he returns to WWE television? Backstage update on Alexa Bliss contract expiry date amid WWE hiatus. There's been an update in regards to Alexa Bliss contract status with WWE during her hiatus from the promotion. Bliss has not been in action since her match at Royal Rumble 2023 earlier this year in January. She competed against Bianca Belair in the match but came up short and failed to capture the Raw Women's Championship from the EST. After the match, Uncle Howdy appeared on the Jumbotron to mock Bliss, and she has not appeared on WWE television since. Uncle Howdy was a character associated with Bray Wyatt and was claiming that Bliss had lost control of herself at the time. Uncle Howdy has not appeared on WWE television following Bray Wyatt's untimely death earlier this year. According to a new report from Fightful Select via Ringside News, Alexa Bliss' contract with WWE is set to run at least through 2023. The report added that the company often freezes contracts while superstars are out of action, and that is likely what's happened with Bliss as she has been away from the company during her pregnancy. Alexa Bliss has been on hiatus from the promotion for a good reason, as she recently gave birth to a baby girl. The popular superstar is married to musician Ryan Cabrera, and the happy couple recently announced that their daughter has been born. Ryan Cabrera took to his Instagram account to upload a humorous video to make the announcement. The couple included a tune from Jimi Hendrix in their announcement and named their daughter after the iconic musician. Their daughter's weight was announced in the style of a ring announcer. Weighing in at 6 pounds 9 ounces, she is 21 inches of fury, Hendrix Cabrera. Bliss has established a loyal fan base over the years that is anxiously awaiting her return to television. It will be interesting to see what the future holds for the 32-year-old in the world of professional wrestling moving forward. Do you miss Alexa Bliss? Backstage update on Randy Orton's WWE contract following 18-month hiatus. Randy Orton has made his full-time return to WWE after more than 1.5 years on the injured list, and new details are being reported on his contract situation. The Viper returned at Survivor Series to help win the War Games main event, then he returned to Raw 2 nights later for a win over Dominic Mysterio. SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis invited the future Hall of Famer to his show this past Friday, and it was confirmed that Orton has signed with SmackDown to exclusively join the Blue Brand's roster. In 2019, Orton began teasing a possible jump to AEW the following year when his contract was set to expire. However, he then announced on November 5th, 2019 that he had signed a new 5-year contract to keep him with World Wrestling Entertainment through 2024. A new report from Fightful Select notes that the company may be extending Orton's current contract. WWE often activates a freeze on contracts when a wrestler is out of action with an injury, and the new report claims this may happen to the master of the RKO. A company higher-up said they would be surprised if WWE did not extend Orton's current contract. Orton's deal signed in 2019 was good until the fall of 2024, which means he would have around 1 year left on the contract. However, he recently missed around 18 months with a back injury, and WWE sources indicate that there is a distinct possibility that injury time is added to Orton's contract. This would lock him into a contract until 2026. While one WWE higher-up stated that they expect this contract change to happen, and it does exist as a verified contractual probability, no sources have confirmed that the extension was put into motion as of yet. There were some instances where injured WWE talents did not have time added to their contract because they worked for the company in other roles or on other projects. However, word is that this does not appear to be the case with the 43-year-old former world champion, but it will be evaluated. Randy Orton chose SmackDown over Raw this past Friday in a show of just how badly he wants to get payback on the bloodline. WWE general managers Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce tried to entice Orton to sign with their respective brands. Pearce offered the Viper a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship against the winner of Monday's match between Jey Uso and champion Seth Rollins. Aldis promised Orton he could have a shot at the men who took him out, the Bloodline. Paul Heyman interrupted the segment and said no decision would be made by the third-generation wrestler because the Bloodline was coming to make it for him. This was a cue for Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa to attack, but LA Knight ended up making the save. Orton and Knight fought them both off as the wise men watched. Orton grabbed both contracts as Heyman warned him that he would be safe on Raw, but the 10-time WWE champion then signed the SmackDown contract. The segment ended with Orton Orton dropping the contract on top of a fallen Uso as a furious Heyman and Pierce looked on. The Apex Predator then gave a message to the Advocate, call Roman Reigns and tell him Daddy is back. Aldis then raised the hand of his newest acquisition, but he was dropped with the RKO in return. During Monday's Raw, Orton made it clear that he came back to WWE to get revenge on the Bloodline. However, he proved just how badly he wants this payback as he passed up on a guaranteed shot at the World Heavyweight Championship offered by Pierce. What do you think of Randy Orton being on SmackDown full-time? Do you have any predictions for Orton's feud with the Bloodline and Roman Reigns? Disappointing update on blockbuster CM Punk match. Much of the WWE universe is still reeling from CM Punk's epic return at Survivor Series War Games. No clue yet about who will step up to face him first. In the last few days, the word on the rumor mill was a pleasant surprise to the fan. The train had left the station everyone thought for a potential match between CM Punk and WWE Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin. But then came rumors of the Stanford-based promotion having put the first time ever clash on the table, perhaps keeping it in mind for a big event. Ringside News has now debunked the rumors. There has been no talk of Austin versus Punk. The straight edge savior will make his return to SmackDown this week, December 8, after nearly a decade. As for the Bionic Redneck, he stepped into the ring with Kevin Owens last year at WrestleMania 38. The legend has not ruled out a future in-ring performance. When Austin shockingly competed in a wrestling match after 19 years in 2022, fans were in awe. Many expected him to return this year as well. Despite the rumors, things did not go in that direction. While speaking to Guimaraes 2 earlier this year, the Attitude Era poster boy revealed why he could not fathom wrestling a match in Hollywood, California. We finished this show, Stone Cold Takes on America, about 5 to 7 days before WrestleMania. There is no way traveling all over God's creation in an RV with a 35-pound dumbbell, a 45-pound sandbag, and some kettlebells that I could have gotten in that kind of shape, Austin said. Furthermore, the legend added that he is open to ideas for an in-ring return if the circumstances are favorable. In the future, I'm not saying I will get back in the ring, but like I said, at 38, if the stars align, anything could happen. Austin and Punk's interactions during the latter's first stint with the company sent WWE fans into a frenzy. Their bout was considered one of the biggest missed opportunities. After all these years, though, there is a legitimate possibility today. In the world of pro wrestling, especially after CM Punk's return to WWE, it truly is never say never. Would you like to see Steve Austin versus CM Punk down the line? Roman Reigns doing important work. Wrestling legend Kevin Sullivan recently talked about Roman Reigns' current run as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. For more than 1,190 days, Reigns has reigned supreme as the undisputed champion, leading the company. However, few recent criticisms suggest that this lengthy tenure has reached its peak. With the Tribal Chief's limited schedule, some feel it's time for someone new to carry the title into the future. But this is not the case, according to Kevin Sullivan. During a recent episode of Tuesday with the Taskmaster podcast, Kevin Sullivan expressed his views that there were too many titles in the industry today, highlighting that frequent title changes could diminish a championship's significance. The former WCW star specifically commended Reigns' status as the undisputed champion, citing it as a positive outcome. Absolutely. That's why I love that Roman has the belt. It means that he is the guy. They are passing that thing around. No disrespect to anybody, but a 16-time world champion. During the same podcast, Kevin Sullivan said that he was happy at the decision of Roman Reigns successfully retaining his undisputed WWE Universal Championship against Cody Rhodes earlier this year. Sullivan further mentioned that the fan reaction would be significantly greater and more enthusiastic when Cody Rhodes eventually defeats the Tribal Chief in their next encounter. And that's why I was so glad that Roman Reigns won at WrestleMania. Because when Cody Rhodes does beat him, you know that he's going to get a huge pop. When Cody wins the belt, he won't get that heat he would have got after the Sami Zayn loss in Montreal. If Cody had won after Sami had torn that place down, I think there would have been some backlash on him. Roman Reigns is currently scheduled to make his return on the December 15 episode of WWE SmackDown. Do you agree with Kevin Sullivan's remarks? Let us know in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted.